And we're back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our third segment, which is going to be talking about the West and just going over some standing predictions there. We just did this for the first and second segments as well, which is just going to be going over the National League West and predicting those standings, and the American League West and predicting those standings as well. So yeah, we'll be going into that, and let's get into it. So first off, starting with the National League West, like we've done before, we'll be going 5-1 and doing the same for both. So yeah. Starting off at the fifth place position for the National League West, I have, of course, the Colorado Rockies. No surprises here. Not going to spend too much time on them. The Rockies are an awful, awful team. They are horrible. They had Ryan McMahon, and that's kind of it. Charlie Condon, I don't know when he'll be up, but he might have to be the savior of the franchise. They do have some good pieces, I will say, like Ezekiel Tovar, Adel Amador, but they won't be out of this basement for a little while. And with all the great teams in this division, I do end up having them here in the fifth place position. Fourth place, I have, unfortunately for me, the San Francisco Giants. I talked a lot about how much I liked this Giants team and how good I thought they were. So you may be wondering, well, why are they in fourth place? The reason they're in fourth place is I just think there's so many good teams in this division that I don't have anywhere else to put them. It's really a problem how good this NL West is. I like this Giants team a lot. I really do. I think the offense has been much better the second half. Eliot Ramos has been a breakout candidate and made the All-Star game for crying out loud. Mike Conforto has been very good. Lamont Wade, Patrick Bailey, all been positive contributors. The rotation's getting a ton of guys off the IL. Blake Snell's looked much better as of recently. Just the problem is, I think there are better teams in the West. And I think that these better teams are going to finish above them. I like this Giants team a lot. If I was them, I would buy. I think they have a very good chance of proving me wrong, getting in second or third place in this division. I just think that it's very close, and I think the teams above them are better. Again, I like this Giants team a lot. I just can't put them above these two teams. I'm sure you know who these two teams are. Now, I'm sure you don't know what order that I put them in, but I'm sure you know what these two teams are. So, at third place, like I said, we know it's going to either be the Padres or the Diamondbacks in third place now, because I'm having the Dodgers in first place. Obviously, we all know that. So, in third place, I am going to be having the San Diego Padres. So, this Padres team is very good, but I do see some cracks in their foundation as of recently. Yu Darvish, that injury, I don't really know what to call it an injury. It's a family situation. He's been placed on the restricted list. Of course, all goes out to him. Obviously, I hope everything is okay, but we have to look at it as baseball-wise as well. He is out for he is out for an indefinite amount of time, according to the Padres, which could mean he's out for another week or he's out for the entire rest of the year. So there's a lot to think about with that. Joe Musgrove's been on the injured list the entire year, and you do have some other great starting pitchers as well. Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez are good depth arms. Matt Waldron, Dylan Cease are very good. But the thing is, you do need to acquire another starting pitcher, and the offense as well. While it's very good, is that enough to keep you up in this playoff picture? Now, they were honestly the team. I'm not going to spoil that for the last segment, but I think this Padres team is very good. And as much as there is a crack in their foundation, I still do like the foundation. I still do like what is there. Musgrove, whenever he stops getting on and off the injured list, I think will end up being a very good contributor. Cease has been a great player since coming over there. Matt Waldron, of course, with that knuckleball, is a very funky guy. Their lineup has a ton of good talent. I mean, their entire outfield made the All-Star game. Literally, Jackson Merrill, Jurickson Profar, Fernando Tatis all made the All-Star game, which was crazy. You, of course, have a really nice infield with Ha-Sung Kim, Manny Machado. Xander Bogaerts should come back rather soon, I'd say, actually. Luis Arias is, of course, very good. Jake Cronenworth. So this Padres team is very good. It's just I couldn't put them above the teams in second and first, who I'm sure you know who they are. In second, obviously, I have the Diamondbacks now. I've talked about my love for this Diamondbacks team on the show many times before, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. I love this Diamondbacks team, and I think they are one of the most underrated teams in baseball. I think when healthy, they arguably are the third best team in the entire league. I had them as that going into this year, and as much as that has changed, obviously because of teams performing better than I thought they would, Guardians, teams like that, they still are a fantastic team. When this starting rotation is healthy, it is deadly. You are going to be having Jordan Montgomery, Zach Gallen, Eduardo Rodriguez, Merrill Kelly, Brandon Pfaadt, all in one rotation. That's crazy. Your offense is going to be with stars like Gabby Moreno, Christian Walker, who's having an incredible season, who should have been an All-Star, Ketel Marte, who started the All-Star game. Jordan Lawler will come up eventually, I'd say. Corbin Carroll will get off the shine and continue and perform like the way we expected him to. So This bullpen also has some issues, but I think is very good, has a very good core of it. So overall, I think this Diamondbacks team is absolutely fantastic. That's why I have them here at the second place position, and we'll talk about them in the playoff picture later. But I love this Diamondbacks team, and I think they're going to be a problem when they're fully healthy. And I think when they get fully healthy, not going to be many teams better than them, and that's why I do have them here at the second place position. First place, I of course have the Los Angeles Dodgers. No surprises whatsoever that the Dodgers team is in first place. It's the Dodgers, right? I mean, what are you going to say about the Dodgers team, right? The amount of star power they have is incredible. Once Yamamoto and Betts come back, they'll just run away with this division. And I think the chances of them not winning this division are very low. It's possible, but very low. And again, the Dodgers team is absolutely fantastic. I don't really see a reason how they wouldn't be in first. And yeah, I mean, again, no real need to go into a full, all-out essay here about how good the Dodgers are. We know. So going now to the American League West. This should be fun. What I talk about here. I don't know if some of you guys are going to agree with me, but let me know in the comments. So starting off in fifth place in the American League West is of course the A's. The A's are awful. I'm not sure if Mason Miller and Brent Rooker, who are the only two good players on this team, are going to be on the team by August 1st. We'll have to see. Again, I can guarantee that should the A's trade Mason Miller, will be a segment in the future, probably next week, so we'll be going over that. But this A's team is awful. They have two really good players. Not sure if they'll be on the team by August 1st. And yeah, I have them fifth place in the American League West. The Angels are fourth as well. Again, no surprises here. They are bad. Trout's coming back, I think, soon actually, but I still think they're absolutely awful. Really no part to this team that I find attractive. And yeah, they're really, really bad. I have them in fourth place, obviously. Now we get to the fun stuff. Top three. Where am I going to place the Rangers, Mariners, Astros in the top three? Well, at 3, I have the Texas Rangers. Now, it remains to be seen if the Rangers will be sellers at the deadline or not. Even if they are or they aren't, I do think they'll end up finishing in third place. I just think the injuries this year were too much to deal with. You had Max Scherzer, Tyler Mahle, and Jacob deGrom all on the injured list at the start of this year. Then you added in Wyatt Langford, then Evan Carter, Josh Young as well, and I just think the injuries this year were too much for them to handle, and that's why I do have them third. Even if they do buy, I just don't think they'll be better than the Astros and Mariners. I just think both those teams are very, very good, and that's why I do have them above them, of course. In what order, we'll have to see. But I still think this Rangers team is very good. It's just, again, this year was not their year with the injuries they've had. It's possible they get much better in the second half and end up finishing in second or first place, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And overall, I have the Rangers here at third. So, second place and first place. Who am I going to have? Now, I know people are going to be mad at this selection, and I don't apologize because I think it's right, but I am going to be having the Seattle Mariners in second place, not first place. Now, let me explain why. So, obviously, we know what that means for who's in first place, but I'll get to that in a moment. For the Seattle Mariners, I think they're a very good team. I just think the team above them, we can say it, the Astros are better than them. The Mariners have a ton of talent on this pitching staff. I think there's no more dangerous team in the playoffs in the American League, honestly, than the Seattle Mariners. Because pitching is what matters. And Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, Emerson Hancock, Luis Castillo, many other arms I'm sure I'm forgetting for this team, are killer with this team. And just the amount of depth and star power and just good players on this team for the Mariners are absolutely incredible. And the lineup isn't great, yes, but I think it'll get better. I think Julio's going to get better. I think Mitch Garver's going to get better. I think Jorge Polanco's going to get better. I think this overall team is going to get better, and I do think they're very good. It's just I couldn't put them above, of course, the team in first place, the Houston Astros. Now, with this Astros team, they've been the best team in baseball since June, and as much as they've started off horrible for this entire year, I do think that in the end, they'll reign supreme of the division once again and will finish in first place. Things are looking much better in Houston. Obviously, Justin Verlander has come back and become a real force in that rotation. Hunter Brown is finally becoming the player they expect him to be. Framber Valdez has done great. So the rotation is finally becoming one. They have the chance to add a starting pitcher at the deadline, and with the way they've been aggressive in the offseason and the trade deadline in years past, looking at last year as well, I think they'll do it. Jack Flaherty is a name I would look out for. when I make my trade deadline predictions, hint, hint, maybe we'll see him go there. We'll see. But I think they have the prospect capital to do it. I think this Astros team overall still has an insane amount of talent. The offensive talent they possess on their team is just insane, with guys like Jordan Alvarez, Cal Tucker, Jose Altuve, Jeremy Pena, Alec Bregman. It's incredible the amount of talent they have, and I think that in the end they'll end up reigning the AL West once again and winning this division. As much as people won't like it, I do think that's what is going to end up happening. So, recapping this now, for the National League West, I had in first place the Los Angeles Dodgers, second place the Arizona Diamondbacks, third place the San Diego Padres, fourth place San Francisco Giants, and fifth place the Colorado Rockies. American League West, I had in first place the Houston Astros, second place the Seattle Mariners, third place the Texas Rangers, fourth place the Los Angeles Angels, and fifth place the Oakland A's. So, going into our fourth segment now, which is going to be talking about the playoff predictions. Obviously, this will, of course, tie into my standings predictions, because, obviously that's how you make the playoffs. So, we talk about that, and we'll be going over it after the break. So, thanks, and bye. Here we go.